It was supposed to be just another quiet evening at the Silver Fern, one of the most luxurious restaurants in the city. The chandeliers glowed like captured stars, soft jazz played in the background, and laughter of the wealthy filled the air. But that night, under the shimmer and the clinking of glasses, something dark unfolded, something that would shake everyone in that place to their core. The waitress, Lena, had been on her feet for 10 straight hours. Her hands were red from washing glasses, her feet ached, and her smile, though practiced, was beginning to tremble at the edges. She wasn't supposed to work that shift, but another server had called in sick. Rent was due, and Lena didn't have the luxury of saying no. At table 12 sat three wealthy men, loud and arrogant, their laughter sharp enough to cut through the soft music. They were regulars, young businessmen who liked to show off their money and power. They'd always treated the staff like they were invisible, but tonight they took it further. When Lena approached with their drinks, one of them, Darren, the self-proclaimed leader of the trio, smirked and said, "You're new here, right? You sure you know how to carry that tray?" He pretended to stumble, bumping her arm just enough to make a drink spill. The red wine soaked through his white shirt. Everyone turned. "I'm so sorry, sir," Lena gasped, reaching for a napkin. Darren stood up abruptly. "Do you know how much this shirt costs? More than your paycheck, that's for sure." His friends laughed, adding cruel comments that stung like slaps. "Maybe you should go work somewhere cheaper." Another one sneered. "You clearly don't belong here." Lena blinked fast, trying to hold back tears. The manager rushed over, apologizing profusely to the men, and pulled Lena aside. "Go to the back," he whispered sharply. "I'll handle this." In the kitchen, Lena's hands shook. She wanted to cry, but the head chef gave her a sympathetic look. "Don't let them break you," he said softly. "Some people think money makes them powerful. They're wrong." Meanwhile, in a private corner of the restaurant, another man was dining quietly. He wasn't flashy, didn't demand attention, and wore a simple dark suit. No one knew his name, at least not yet. He had come without a reservation, requesting privacy. But as the commotion unfolded, his attention shifted. He'd seen the entire thing. That man was Ethan Cross, the billionaire CEO who owned the Silver Fern. Ethan believed in treating every employee like family. He'd started his first business washing cars after school, so he knew the sting of disrespect. And when he saw those men humiliate Lena, something inside him burned. He didn't intervene right away. Instead, he quietly excused himself and went to the manager's office, where he accessed the security footage. He watched every second, the smirk, the shove, the spilled wine, the laughter. Then, without a word, he made a few phone calls. Moments later, the restaurant manager's phone buzzed. His face turned pale. "Mr. Cross," he stammered, "you're here." Ethan didn't answer. He simply said, "Bring the waitress to my table." When Lena walked out, her eyes were red, but she held her head high. She didn't recognize Ethan. He looked calm, kind even, but his voice carried quiet power. "Sit down," he said gently. "Sir, I can't, please." He interrupted. "You've had a hard night. Sit." Confused and nervous, Lena sat. Ethan looked at her for a long moment, then asked, "Why didn't you defend yourself?" Tears welled up. "Because people like them always win," she whispered. "I can't afford to lose this job." Ethan leaned back. "You're wrong about one thing," he said quietly. "People like them don't always win." He stood and walked straight to table 12. The three men were still laughing, joking about how they'd taught the waitress a lesson. When they saw Ethan approach, they smiled, thinking he was another rich guest. "Gentlemen," Ethan said, his tone even, "enjoying your evening?" "Yeah," Darren grinned. "Well, until your staff ruined my shirt." "Interesting," Ethan said, "because I just reviewed the footage, and it looks like you caused the spill yourself." The laughter faded. "What are you talking about?" one of them asked, his confidence faltering. Ethan's eyes hardened. "I'm talking about the way you humiliated a hardworking woman in my restaurant." "Your restaurant?" Darren repeated, confusion dawning. Ethan nodded slowly. "I'm Ethan Cross. I own this place." Silence. The color drained from their faces. "I don't tolerate bullying or cruelty." Ethan continued. "You three are banned effective immediately. And since you clearly enjoy throwing your money around, I've decided to put it to good use." Every cent you spent here tonight will be donated to a charity that supports service workers. One of them tried to protest, but Ethan raised a hand. You can leave now, or I'll have security escort you. The entire restaurant was watching. When the men stumbled out, whispers rippled through the crowd. Some even clapped quietly. Ethan turned back to Lena. You don't have to serve people who treat you like dirt, he said softly. Not here. She shook her head. Thank you, sir, but I really need this job. Ethan smiled. You're not losing your job, Lena. You're getting a promotion. Her eyes widened. A promotion? Yes. I saw how you kept your composure under pressure. That takes strength. Starting tomorrow, you'll be the new assistant floor manager. Better pay, better hours, and full respect. Lena's tears finally fell, but this time they were tears of relief. The other staff gathered around, some hugging her, some cheering quietly. For the first time in a long while, Lena felt seen. Later that night, when the restaurant emptied and the lights dimmed, Ethan sat alone with his coffee, watching the footage one last time. He didn't take pleasure in punishing the men. He did it because kindness, dignity, and integrity had to mean something, even in a world where money often decided worth. The next morning, news of the incident spread online. Billionaire CEO stands up for waitress, trended for days. Strangers sent letters to the Silver Fern, thanking Ethan for reminding the world that decency still existed. As for Lena, she didn't just survive that night, she grew from it. Within a year, she became the restaurant's general manager. And every time a new employee joined, she told them, never let anyone make you feel small. The right people will see your worth, even when you can't. And Ethan, he made sure that a small plaque hung on the wall by the entrance where everyone could see it. It read, "Respect is the only true currency." That night at the Silver Fern wasn't just about wealth or power. It was about something deeper. It was a reminder that kindness, when wielded with courage, can change everything.